Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Tap a telephone or telegraph wire to get information. Is this hotel room bugged? Insects with sucking mouthparts and forewings thickened and leathery at the base usually show incomplete metamorphosis. A fault or defect in a computer program, system, or machine. A minute life form, especially a disease-causing bacterium. The term is not in technical use. Annoy persistently. A small hidden microphone, for listening secretly. General term for any insect or similar creeping or crawling invertebrate. Tap a telephone or telegraph wire to get information. Seize on its way. The fighter plane was ordered to intercept an aircraft that had entered the country's airspace. The point at which a line intersects a coordinate axis. Draw from. Make good use of. Tap a telephone or telegraph wire to get information. The FBI was tapping the phone line of the suspected spy. Dance and make rhythmic clicking sounds by means of metal plates nailed to the sole of the dance shoes. Glover tap dances better than anybody. Make a solicitation or entreaty for something. Request urgently or persistently. A gentle blow. The sound made by a gentle blow. Make light, repeated taps on a surface. He was tapping his fingers on the table impatiently. A plug for a bunghole in a cask. A faucet for drawing water from a pipe or cask. The act of tapping a telephone or telegraph line to get information. A light touch or stroke. Strike lightly. He tapped me on the shoulder. A small metal plate that attaches to the toe or heel of a shoe, as in tap dancing. A tool for cutting female, internal, screw threads. Cut a female screw thread with a tap. Draw from or dip into to get something. Tap one's memory. Draw, liquor, from a tap. Tap beer in a bar. Furnish with a tap or spout, so as to be able to draw liquid from it. Tap a cask of wine. Pierce in order to draw a liquid from. Tap a maple tree for its syrup. Walk with a tapping sound. Tap a telephone or telegraph wire to get information. The act of tapping a telephone or telegraph line to get information. Insects with sucking mouthparts and forewings thickened and leathery at the base usually show incomplete metamorphosis. Insects with sucking mouthparts and forewings thickened and leathery at the base usually show incomplete metamorphosis. Insects with sucking mouthparts and forewings thickened and leathery at the base usually show incomplete metamorphosis. A fault or defect in a computer program, system, or machine. A minute life form, especially a disease-causing bacterium. The term is not in technical use. Anything that provides inspiration for later work. A small apparently simple structure, as a fertilized egg, from which new tissue can develop into a complete organism. A minute life form, especially a disease-causing bacterium. The term is not in technical use. Annoy persistently. A native or resident of Wisconsin. Persuade through constant efforts. Sturdy carnivorous burrowing mammal with strong claws, Widely distributed in the Northern Hemisphere. Annoy persistently. Surround so as to force to give up. Annoy persistently. Disentangle and raise the fibers of. Tease wool. The act of harassing someone playfully or maliciously, especially by ridicule, provoking someone with persistent annoyances. He ignored their teases. Ruffle one's hair, by combing the ends towards the scalp, for a full effect. Separate the fibers of. Tease wool. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. The children teased the new teacher. Annoy persistently. The children teased the boy because of his stammer. Someone given to teasing, as by mocking or stirring curiosity. A seductive woman who uses her sex appeal to exploit men. Mock or make fun of playfully. The flirting man teased the young woman. Raise the nap of fabrics. Tear into pieces. Tease tissue for microscopic examinations. To arouse hope, desire, or curiosity without satisfying them. The advertisement is intended to tease the customers. Listen without the speaker's knowledge. Listen quietly, without contributing to the conversation. Listen without the speaker's knowledge. The jealous man was eavesdropping on his wife's conversations. A person who has a nasty or unethical character undeserving of respect. Small air-breathing arthropod. Desert. A cause, a country or an army, often in order to join the opposing cause, country, or army. A mark or flaw that spoils the appearance of something, especially on a person's body. An imperfection in an object or machine. If there are any defects, you should send it back to the manufacturer. A failing or deficiency. That interpretation is an unfortunate defect of our lack of information. An imperfection in a bodily system. Visual defects. An imperfection in an object or machine. A flaw caused the crystal to shatter. Add a flaw or blemish to, make imperfect or defective. An imperfection in a plan or theory or legal document that causes it to fail or that reduces its effectiveness. Defect or weakness in a person's character. He had his flaws, but he was great nonetheless. A wrong action attributable to bad judgment or ignorance or inattention. I could understand his English in spite of his grammatical faults. An imperfection in an object or machine. The quality of being inadequate or falling short of perfection. He knew his own faults much better than she did. Geology. A crack in the Earth's crust resulting from the displacement of one side with respect to the other. They built it right over a geological fault. Put or pin the blame on. Electronics. Equipment failure attributable to some defect in a circuit, loose connection or insulation failure or short circuit, etc. It took much longer to find the fault than to fix it. Responsibility for a bad situation or event. It was John's fault. Sports. A serve that is illegal, e.g., that lands outside the prescribed area. He served too many double faults. Any organism of microscopic size. Any organism of microscopic size. Treat cruelly. Hold within limits and control. Criticize harshly or violently. Kill by nailing onto a cross. Treat cruelly. Be confusing or perplexing to. Cause to be unable to think clearly. Treat cruelly. Hinder or prevent the efforts, plans, or desires of. What ultimately frustrated every challenger was Ruth's amazing September surge. Treat cruelly. A week at British universities during which side shows and processions of floats are organized to raise money for charities. Censure severely or angrily. The deputy ragged the prime minister. Harass with persistent criticism or carping. Newspaper with half-size pages. Music with a syncopated melody, usually for the piano. A small piece of cloth or paper. Cause annoyance in. Disturb, especially by minor irritations. A boisterous practical joke, especially by college students. Break into lumps before sorting. Rag or. Play in ragtime. Rag that old tune. Treat cruelly. The children tormented the stuttering teacher. Subject to torture. The sinners will be tormented in hell, according to the Bible. Extreme mental distress. The act of harassing someone. Torment emotionally or mentally. Unbearable physical pain. A severe affliction. A feeling of intense annoyance caused by being tormented. So great was his harassment that he wanted to destroy his tormentors. Intense feelings of suffering. Acute mental or physical pain. The torments of the damned. A color or pigment varying around a light gray-brown color. She wore dun. Treat cruelly. Cure by salting. Dun codfish. Horse of a dull brownish-gray color. Make a dun color. Of a dull grayish-brown to brownish-gray color. The dun and dreary prairie. Persistently ask for overdue payment. The grocer dunned his customers every day by telephone. Device for converting sound waves into electrical energy. Device for converting sound waves into electrical energy. Device for converting sound waves into electrical energy.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.